Yeah, we're close. I gotta move one of my cameras here. Hang on for a sec, peoples. Joy, oh joy. There we go. That's better. All right, all right, all right. It's Russ from Russ Creek Tracks Railroad. How's everybody doing today? Man, oh man, we got some weird weather out there in southern Ontario right now. We got about +6, +8 degrees Celsius, somewhere around there, and it's raining. I mean, we should be having snow, not rain, but hey, what do you know? I gotta get this other screen back. Hang on for a sec. There we go. There we go. Now we're better. Much better. Anyway, I hope everybody had a safe, restful, and turkey-filled, Christmas? I was going to say New Year's. That's already passed. Christmas, and I hope Santa Claus brought everything that you were hoping for. I know he did for me, so that's good. And I got a delayed present coming tomorrow, and that's my other half coming back from the UK, so I'm looking forward to that. It'll be good times again, so yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna get started with today's live stream. I'm not seeing anybody out there right now, but hey, what the heck. We'll get it started anyway. Here's today's switch list. Not terribly big. It's we got potentially 7 moves here. And we're going to be using our little switcher. So let's get him fired up. And it looks like our first move is going to be, we've got a covered hopper down at the cement factory. We're going to be dragging him back from the cement factory and doing a little switch around with it. And he's got to end up at the welding shop. So no, we don't have to do a spin around on him. We've already got a, looks like a tank car sitting in the welding shop, getting worked on right now. And looking at the list, it's staying where it is, so that's a good thing. So we're going to be grabbing that covered hopper, as I said, and we'll bring it back and get it into the welding shop and let the crews start working on that. So let's get this party started. I hope everybody got some new train gear. Uh-oh, what did we short out for? Oh, yeah, me being silly, of course. Not paying attention, damn it. Thought I had myself all set up here, and guess what? I didn't. Created myself a short circuit right off the hop today. That's not good. Anyway, we're off. We're off and running here. We're going to go pick up that covered hopper. I'm going to have to leave the seat for a moment here while I do that, because I got to make a manual switch change down here. Actually, maybe I can, yeah, I can reach it. But I do want to get one thing brought to the front of this, if I can. Hello, Gwen Potter. I was just talking about you moments ago, and not in a bad way. There's nobody else here, so it's all good. Give me one sec, I'll be right back. And we're back. I gotta get that one control system back up here. Why does it not show up in front? Huh. Very interesting. I can't drag it up there. The only way I can get to it is by clicking on that. Okay, well, we'll deal with it that way, I guess. All right, anyway, let's bring this covered hopper back from the cement factory. You got to get him up into the welding shop, as I said earlier. Train noises are louder than I am. Okay, well, we can kind of fix that. Two ways. Number one, we'll move the mic a little bit here. Is that a little bit better? I turned off some of the background noises, shut down a couple of engines, and turned off the welding shop for now. But you're probably on your phone, so it makes it more difficult to hear what's happening. Anyway, yes, okay, good. So I'm gathering you're all packed up and ready now. All you got to do is get, quote unquote, a good night's sleep, if that's possible. And then off early in the morning for you to the airport to come home. Yeah, looking forward to you coming home, Glenn. That's what I was saying earlier on. So we got to get this little, well, not little, but we got to get this covered hopper up to the welding shop. So we got to get our switches set right here. Oops. Yeah, it's raining. I was mentioning earlier before you came on, I think it's about 8 degrees out there right now and raining. So potentially we'll lose all the snow that we've got. It's very odd. So we'll get this guy into place. Push back the tanker that's in there so we can actually get this car into the welding shop right there. And now we have to do the helping hand of God and get it uncoupled. I may have to stand up. This reaching stuff doesn't work. Hang on. It helps when you can see what you're doing. And with these little tiny locomotives and cars, it's very, very much a chore for sure. Okay, move number 1 is done. We've got a couple of, well, semi-complicated moves to do here. Our next move is going to be another covered hopper, but it's at the building just in front of the welding shop there. And we're going to be grabbing that car and moving him. Oh, we're basically switching things around a little bit here. And we're picking up this car, and we're going to move him down to the cement factory, down the line there a little bit. No, I shouldn't have. It would have taken up much, much more room, and you wouldn't have liked that. No, and scale's just fine for me. Thank you very much. I wouldn't have been able to accomplish what I've got here in HO. It would have been twice as big. It would have been right up to the fireplace. cost factor would have been probably the same no matter what. So we'll grab this car, hopefully. Don't think I snuck in close, and there we go. But did we couple? All right, here we go. We're about to find out whether we grabbed this car or not. And we did. Or at least it's moving. That's always a good sign. So we're going to bring this guy back. What time is it there now, Glenn? It's 6:30. Yeah. Well, the signal that we're going across the road crossing here. And we'll get ourselves sorted out here. Make sure our switches are set correctly, and they appear to be. Throw this guy forward. And off we go. And what we will do, now we're fine here. Let the crews know that this car is coming in. And I've got to stand up and uncouple these, so hang on. And regardless, Gwen, if I had HO scale, I'd still have to stand up and uncouple these guys. Just as much a pain at times. Can go with automated uncouplers, but they're in specific areas. And I don't necessarily think I'd be uncoupling in those particular areas that I'd have to set them up. So, standing up and doing manual uncoupling and coupling solves that problem, as it is. There we go, move number 2 is now done. Woo-hoo! We're on a roll! Our next one is we've got a boxcar sitting at our east engine shop, which is that far east camera. And we've got to move him to, he's got to go to central maintenance where we just pulled that boxcar, or that covered hopper out of. But we have another boxcar sitting in front of that one. So, let's see what kind of moves we've got to do to get this to happen. I think we're going to grab both of them. And then we'll pull both back out onto the inside track here. And then from there, I will uncouple the boxcar that's sitting in the engine shed. Let me see where this other one's got to go. Boxcar. Oh, this is going to be an easy move then. This will be good. It's going to work out easier than I thought it would. So we're going to grab this little boxcar that's hiding behind the central maintenance, or the east maintenance building. So get him. We're also going to grab the boxcar that's sitting in the east engine facility. And it looks like the crews, something happened over Christmas because the crews are upset over there. There's a maintenance truck there, and there's a couple of workers behind those locomotives that are, look like there's a little bit of an argument going on. So something's happened over there over Christmas. Somebody is not happy. Need a little sip there. Wet my whistle. There we go. Whoop. And that's gonna hook up. I gotta check that coupler in that boxcar one of these days. It causes me grief every time. There we go. Just when you think you've got it, you don't. So we'll signal we're on the move again, and we're off. Sound the bell for safety. Now what's your problem here? Come on. Somebody's not rolling. Oh, I think we've got a car off the rails back here. Still don't think he's on. He's rocking back and forth. Well, maybe he's on, but doesn't look healthy, that's for sure. That's probably why he's going to the maintenance shop. Must be something sitting on his wheel. The hand of God, you're right. Thank goodness. It happens. Happens in all scales. Always a constant battle. If you're not keeping your tracks clean, and I try to, or you get a piece of debris that falls from one of the trees or comes off the landscaping, it tends to cause you a bit of problem. The other mysterious thing is using hot glue. Because what happens with hot glue is you get those fine little strings of the material, of the glue coming off. Hang on for a sec, folks. There's my control. I lost the camera here. Well, I didn't lose the camera, it just lost tracking of me. And bear with me, I gotta find out where. Switch to toolbar mode. Why are we having a problem here? Hang in there. Oh, I can keep doing what I need to do. You don't need to see me. Call that back up, and we'll get things happening here that need to happen. Instead of waiting, there we go. Oh, camera's come back to life. Now, where's my control panel gone? Reset the view. There we go. Are you tracking me? Yes, you're tracking me. Good little camera. Okay, so we're gonna spot the car that we need to get over to. I believe it was the welding shop, or the central maintenance. That's what it was. I got myself sidetracked on that. All right, so now we can move the boxcar. I was going to say the blue boxcar, but they're both blue boxcars, so that doesn't help the situation. So we're going to move the boxcar right behind the loco here. We're going to run him forward and take him back up the tracks we just grabbed him from, but we got to move him back into that engine facility. And then what we'll end up doing is this little Ontario Northern blue box car is going to have to do a runaround and pick him up on the front of our switcher, and then we're going to have to drag him back up to through these switches, and then take him over to the central maintenance building, which is where we grabbed that covered hopper earlier. I moved this monitor down, and I probably shouldn't have done that. Why did your train stop? Oh, the train stopped because I stopped it. So I was trying to sort out the tracking camera problem at the time, Dan. What's so loud? You got so loud. What was so loud? I'm sorry. Was it me when I stood up? Because I would have gotten closer to the microphone at that point in time, because I was leaning. Right, that move's done. So he is gone. There are. So he's done. Okay, well, have a good meal. Stay safe. We will talk to you later, maybe after dinner. And yeah, if not, safe journey tomorrow. And I'll see you about 4 o'clock in the afternoon our time here if I don't talk to you before then. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right, so we got to do this little runaround, and we got to get this boxcar on the front end of our switcher. So we'll come back down to our second set of double crossovers. We'll get him stopped just past the double crossover here. So we'll get hooked up on this boxcar. Make sure Come on. It's okay. There we go. So I was hoping I'd have a few more people on here, but that's fine. I was going to talk about upcoming projects and projects that people can do at home with model railroading to enhance their experiences and their fun with model railroading. But we can do that another day. That's not going to be a problem. So this railroad is fairly newly built, and what I have to do is I have to get some signals in for my turnout directions so that I know which way I've thrown the switch outs. Sorry, throwing the switches. But as we all know, there's always something to do on model railroading. So let's get this boxcar into the maintenance facility, central maintenance. That will be move number 3 done by the looks of it, or move number 4. Start slowing him down. All right, we got him in place. I just got to leave the chair for a moment. The ever popular manual uncoupling. All right, what's our next move? Looks like our next move is going to be grabbing a little white tanker that's sitting in the cold storage facility. And we're going to be moving him to East Maintenance, which is the building just to the left of the East Maintenance facility, or just in front of the cold storage facility. Fairly easy move. The computer generated a nice easy list for me today. I like that, but the problem is it means it's going to be a fairly short switching session. There we go. Yep, got him. Let's go. So we got him. Got to pull him onto our inner track while we make some switch or a switch change here. So we'll get that done. Like I said, this one's an easy move today. Don't mind this at all. And we'll back this guy up, get him into the east maintenance facility here so they can do some work on it. The crews can fix whatever problem exists on that. We'll get him stopped there. And do the reach around the building, see if I can see where the coupler is. Come on. You know you want to uncouple it. Don't make me reach down there. Oh, come on. All right, hand of God time. There we go, uncoupled. Wasn't graceful, but hey. All right, that move is done. We have one move left, and that's there's a car sitting way down at the co-op grain storage. And we got to grab that one and bring him back up to the cold storage. The cold storage facility. So let's let our switcher get down there. And I'm going to end up following him down there because I got to manually throw one of the turnouts here. These last two sections on the west end of the layout, I haven't wired in the turnouts yet. That's on the to-do list, amongst a few other things on the to-do list. But so we're going to have to do a run around with this guy. My camera going to follow me? Yes, he is. Look at that. As long as I look at the tracking camera, it'll follow me. We're going to bring him down. We're going to keep him on the inner track here. We're going to set up for a runaround. Bell on for safety. And I didn't catch one of my turnouts. Well, let's stop there for a second, fix that. We're going to fire the engineer. He's got one job. That's to look at where the switches are set. And he fails. Let's try this again, shall we? Horn for safety. All right. All right. We'll bring him down here. Stop him. Uncouple him if he'll cooperate. It's got to be a better uncoupling system for N scale as well. Yeah, I know. I'm complaining. My railroad, I can complain if I want. All right, let's get him down on the outside track here. Get him to run around. Poor CN, it looks like they've had all sorts of problems over the Christmas period here. One of the transport trucks is broken down there on the roadside. You got a couple of guys there with looks like one of CN's maintenance trucks there. I don't know what's going on there. And as I said earlier, there seems to be some sort of disagreement over by the engine shed or engine facility. We'll have a look at that in a minute once we get this last move done. See if we can figure out what the heck's going on over there. You've got a couple of locomotive engines sitting out there. One of them looks like being worked on by the welding truck. Hope everybody will have a safe New Year's. Those of you who are old enough to party, please be safe out there. And if you are out and partaking of beverages of alcoholic type, please do not drink and drive. There's been enough loss of life these past few years due to that. All right, we're going to grab this covered hopper, pull it forward a little bit, get it on the sidings here, and get it up into the cold storage facility. All right, we got him picked up. Let's pitter patter. Right, let's get this guy uncoupled, and that will be the end of our switching session for today. But before we go, I said we're going to see if we can have a look and see what's going on and figure out what's going on with these crews at the engine facility that's gotten so upset. I'm just going to move our switcher back into a little rest area here over by the grain storage. And we'll shut our engines down, or engine down, not plural. That's a good spot right there, I think. And let's see what's going on. So what we're going to do, we'll move these two CN locomotives up out of the way. Somebody must have done something horribly wrong. Looks like they were working on one engine there, and they got the welding truck out. And looks like the supervisor is arguing with somebody over here about something not good. Somebody was rushing something just before Christmas. Obviously, they wanted to get together with their families. Don't blame them, but you know what? Do the job right the first time, you won't have to do it a second time. Anyways, I think that's our session for today. Short and sweet. We hopefully will see you next Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, well, we'll see. See if we can find some more people to join us next week. And see if I can get this channel rolling. I've had a couple of people show up on streams. I know it's been, there's been a couple of the other sites I promoted for me to try and get more people to subscribe. It'd be nice to get a few more people subscribed out there. And if you do like the site, or do like what we're doing here, or have comments, questions, I'm more than happy to answer any questions that I possibly can. But anyways, stay safe, everybody. Have a happy new year, and we'll look forward to seeing you in 2026. Take care. Happy railroading. See ya.